Hello, my name is Matthew Yakov, and today I'm going to show you how to configure Versa Director in the redundant high available mode. First of all, a little background about the director. Let's create two Versa Director nodes first. You will need to give virtual machine with the Versa Director at least two interfaces, one of which should be public facing. In my case, I'm going to configure Ethernet 0 as public facing, and I'm going to connect it to the internet. Second one, and we'll connect it to the internal data center network. And let's do the same with the second director. Now, let's power them on. Pause here for a minute while the directors are booting. Okay, and we are up. After this, to start the configuration wizard, you would need to log in with the user name administrator, Versa123, the default password. So, after the login, automatic setup wizard is going to be launched. It will ask us, do we want to enter this setup? Yes, we do. Do we want to change this default host name? Yes, we do as well. So for the first director, let's call it director 1. Once again, Versa123. Now, it asks us if we want to enter the network interface configuration. Yes, of course. So which interfaces are we going to be using? Ethernet 0. Do we want to reconfigure it? So on this side, on the internet management side, I have a DHCP server that will assign the IP address for this interface. So no, we don't want to reconfigure it. So do you want to configure another interface? Yes, we do. This is going to be Ethernet 1. And the system knows that there is no IP address on Ethernet 1. So it will ask us what IP address we want to use there. So let's choose, for example, 101.1. Network mask is going to be 255.255.255.0, so /24. In this case, now we're not going to be using gateway on this network. And no, we don't want to configure another interface. Next, the system will ask us to assign the roles for the interfaces. So there's going to be two main roles. Northbound interface, on which we're going to be running the Tomcat appliance, and web server is going to be available through that interface. So this is going to be Ethernet 0. Next, it will ask us about the southbound interface, so the one that we're going to be using to communicate with the controllers. So in our case, it's going to be Ethernet 1. So if we have multiple networks connected, for example, if we have controllers located in different data centers and we have different networks for those controllers, we can configure multiple southbound interfaces, but in our case, it's all in one data center, so no, we don't want to configure another interface. Do we want to be asked to change the password on the next login? So actually, no, don't ask us about this. After that, the system will restart the director appliance, or let's configure the second part. So the second director is the same. No gateway on this side. I want to configure extra interfaces. Ethernet 0 for our northbound interface and Ethernet 1 for southbound. And no, nothing more. Don't ask to change password after that. Okay. After system has started, so you can see Tomcat is running, it will ask us if we want to do initial snapshot, the Redis backup. In this case, no, we don't want to do this. and we are ready to go. So first, the IP address on our management interface is this one. So let's log in. The default login and password are the same as for the console. So administrator and Versa 123. Now let's actually configure the high availability between two director nodes. To do this, we would need to go to the System, High Availability, and click Configure button. In our case, this is at 10.40.0.104, and also the IP address of the slave director. So nope. The IP address of the slave one is going to be 10.40.0.89. After this, the system will launch the configure procedure, auto configuration procedure. And here we go. The configuration completed. We can see that we have the master IP address is our director's IP address of the director 1, and the slave IP address is 10.40.0.89 as the IP address of the second director. You can verify that the configuration succeeded by trying to enter the second director, and the system will tell us the instance of Versa director is running in the passive mode. Logging to this instance is not allowed. So, which means that the configuration was successful and all the data is being replicated between two directors. So that's it. Thank you for watching, and I hope it was informative for you.